Today was a step toward justice for Desiree. We are grateful for a team of men and women who have worked and continue to work tirelessly for our family. Our daughter continues to struggle. Sorry. She works every day to gain as much quality of life as she can. But her life will never be the same. We hear too often about facts of senseless violence, innocent victims whose lives and dreams are shattered. It is not okay. We must not be complacent as we hear about these horrible acts. Our church leaders have often counseled us to care for one another. Please care for your neighbors, both near and far. The whole world has become our neighbor, and for that, we are very grateful. We continue to feel their prayers, their kindness, their love. Our lives have been forever changed by this tragedy, but the caring of so many have helped us as Desiree and our family continue to heal. Thank you.
Today's change of plea and the negotiated settlement that we were able to negotiate is in the best interest of Desiree and her family. They're in agreement with the settlement that we've come up with today. We've negotiated that, and we've included the Turners in that process. It's a pretty simple negotiated settlement. First, he's pled guilty to aggravated attempted murder, a first-degree felony, and the robbery charge as a second-degree felony. That will give the judge all the latitude necessary to hand down as stiff a sentence as he sees appropriate. We could not have got any more penalties having gone to trial than what we got today. We're able to get everything and provide the judge every tool necessary to hand down an appropriate sentence, as stiff as the judge may seem necessary. The state is seeking the maximum penalty in this case. We appreciate the cooperation of the family again today, of those investigators that investigated this case and provided us all the facts that we could come to a resolution short of a jury trial. This saves the family a lot of anxiety as we prepare for trials, as we move through that process. They're emotionally draining and very difficult for families, and this prevents that from the Turner family. And again, it gives the state and the judge every opportunity to hand down an appropriate sentence in this case. The plea that he entered today subjects him to 15 years to life in the Utah State Prison. We could not have got a harsher penalty had we gone to trial. The judge has every tool available to him. He'll consider all the facts in this case. He'll consider even post-sentencing what the defendant has done and what he did prior to this. He'll take everything into consideration in handing down a sentence. So the state is getting everything that we could want at a jury trial today. The judge can, there is a state code that provides that he can reduce it from 15 to 10 or 6. That's his discretion. He can leave it at 15, or he can reduce it to 10 or 6 to life. There still is a life sentence on the backside of that. But we're hopeful that we can, as we resolve this case, it does bring some closure to the Turner family and to the state. We're hopeful to move forward with Jason Decker. We do have a trial set in February for 2 weeks, and we hope that will conclude that matter. If we're able to resolve the case in a negotiated settlement that state agrees to and that the Turner family agrees to, then we'd move forward. This matter is emotionally charged. It takes its toll on individuals emotionally and physically. Desiree continues to heal and continues to do her best to improve her health day by day. And so this is helpful to Desiree and the Turner family to have one chapter closed. And we hope to move this and expedite this matter to trial as soon as we can. And if we can conclude it with terms that are agreeable to the state, we may do that. But that's left to be seen. But we will resolve this in February at a jury trial. And we're hopeful that will be the latest that we've resolved settling the facts of this case.
I thought you saw his remorse today. That was a big part of this. He had a hard time there. From day one, he's done what he can to help the state with their case. And again, he pled guilty because he wanted to pay for what he did.
And was that your suggestion, or is that just his decision?
No, that was his decision.
Can you help us explain now at all how it came to this point? I mean, what motivated him to do this?
There was the motivation for Colter is Colter wanted to get this behind him. He knows what he did was wrong. And like I said earlier, the only thing that he can do is take responsibility for what he did.
But in terms of the crime, can you help us understand
Oh.
how anyone can go through that?
I think that will come out more in the co-defendant's trial. I really don't want to go into that. I mean, you've heard answers that were given before. Those are still the same answers I can give you today.
Okay.
It's a horrific event, and there's no excuse or explanation that I can give you.
Has he reached out to her family? Is he allowed to?
He's not allowed to at this point. I'm sure at sentencing he'll have a statement to make to her. I know he feels absolutely terrible for what happened and wishes every second he can go back and change this.